cross sections. So in the region of A to B, we have different cross section, and in the region of B to C, we have different cross section, and in the region of C to D, we have different cross section. Therefore, he needs the total elongation. He needs the total elongation due to this external forces. Applied on the single component. So here he had given three forces. In the diagram he has given the four forces, and he had given only three forces magnitudes. Therefore, we need to find out the fourth one, that is unknown. Fourth one, that is nothing but unknown, P2. The P2 is unknown value. We need to find out the P2 value by considering the body in equilibrium condition. Therefore, equilibrium condition is nothing but whatever the forces moving towards the left hand side must be equal to the forces moving towards the right hand side. Therefore, the forces moving toward the right hand side are P4, and P2 are the forces moving toward the right hand side, and P1 and P3 are the forces moving towards the left hand side. Therefore, the net force toward the right hand side must be equal to the net force towards the left hand side, must be equal to balanced. Therefore, the unknown value is P2 is determined by this equation, that is P2 is equal to P1 plus P3 minus P4. So this is the unknown value P2 we can find here. And next, he is asking the total elongation of the component. So to find this, we need to differentiate. That is nothing but we need to separate the sections. That is from A to B as a one section, from B to C is a second section, and from C to D is a third section. So three sections are available here. Therefore, we need to consider three different cross sections, and we need to find out the elongation in the first cross section, that is the first portion, and we need to find out the elongation in the second portion, and we need to find out the elongation in the third portion separately, and we need to add it. To find the total elongation of that component. Hello. So we have differentiated it. So the first portion, the P1 is acting on the face A. In the first portion, the force P1 is acting on the face A, and to balancing the first portion, that is to make as an equilibrium condition, we need to balance the force. Therefore, we need to apply the P1 on the other side of the body, that is B side. So that we need to consider P1 on the B portion on the right hand side as well as on the left hand side. Therefore, the right hand side is considered on the body and remaining left hand side is remain here. The left hand side is remained here. Therefore, I need to consider the total force, net force. I need to consider the net force on the portion B. On the portion B for the section 2. For the section 2. For the section 2. For the section 2. Therefore, here the P1 is remaining in this portion. P1 is remaining in this portion, and we have P2. We have P2. Therefore, P1 is moving toward the left hand side and P2 is moving toward the right hand side. Therefore, I need the net force. Net force that is applied on the face B. On the face B for the second portion. On the face B for the second portion. Therefore, the net force is nothing but 365 minus 45 kilonewtons. The net force will be 320 kilonewtons. 320 kilonewtons. The net force will be moving towards the right hand side because P2 is greater. P2 is greater in magnitude. P2 is greater in magnitude. The resultant will be, the net force will be moving towards the right hand side. So the B portion is completed. Therefore, I need to see that the second portion also must be in equilibrium condition. The second portion also need to be in equilibrium condition. Therefore, the same force in magnitude and in opposite direction need to be considered at the C location, that is opposite side of the face of the second portion. Therefore, to consider that, we are considering the two forces in same magnitude but in opposite direction for the C location. So this portion is facing the same force. Therefore, I can remove this force, and then here this is remaining. This force is remaining. And if you see the problem here at the C, the another force P3 is also applied. P3 is also applied. Therefore, the 320 is the remaining force in this direction. 320, this is the remaining force in this direction, and P3 is moving this direction. P3 is moving this direction, that is nothing but towards the left hand side. The P3 value is 450. Therefore, I need to find out the net force applied on the C portion for the C face for the third portion. Therefore, we are getting the net force as 450 minus 320 because both are moving opposite direction. 450 minus 320. So the answer will be 130 kilonewton, which is moving the net force. The force is 450 is more. Therefore, the net force will be moving towards the left hand side. So to see this third portion in equilibrium, therefore the same force need to be applied here. So if you see this P4 value, so it is also equal to 130 kilonewton. It must be balanced. We will call as equilibrium condition. So I need to find out the forces applied on individual sections. That is the first section, second section, and third section. I need to find out the forces applied on individual sections. Next, after finding the forces, finding the forces, I need to calculate the elongation in the individual sections. So to find the elongation in individual sections, so we will get delta L. We are using the formula delta L is equal to F into L divided by A into A. So it may be for individual sections. It may be 1 or 2 or 3. It will be individual sections. It may be 1, 2 or 3. So I am considering the same formula for the 1, same formula for the 2 and the same formula for the 3. In this formula, F represents the load. Therefore 45 kilo is nothing but 10 to the power of 3. And next, L represents the length. L represents the length of the first portion. Therefore, if you see the diagram, it is 120 centimeter. So I convert this 120 centimeter into mm. It will be 1200. That is the length of that component. And next, in this equation, we need the area of the first portion, cross-sectional area of the first portion. If you see the problem, he is giving the units as mm square. That means he had given the area directly. Therefore, it is also in mm only. Therefore, I can consider directly the value of 625. And next, here in the problem, we need to take the Young's modulus. So Young's modulus in the problem, he had given that 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5. 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So here the Young's modulus is also in mm square only. Therefore, directly I can consider it as the value that is nothing but 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5. He had given as n to the power of mm square. Therefore, I can substitute all the values. This is in newtons, this is in mm's, and this is in mm square, and this is in Newton per mm square. Therefore, mm square and mm square will be cancelled, and Newton will be cancelled. The remaining will be in mm. Therefore, we will get the elongation in mm. Therefore, we can calculate the elongation in the first portion by using this formula. And if you see this, the nature of the load is a tensile. That is, it is a pulling load. Therefore, the elongation will be coming a positive elongation. It is a tensile in nature. Due to the external load. The rod length will be increased. Therefore, we will get a positive delta L. That is, the length will be increased. Delta L will be increased. So this is about the first portion. We need to find out the delta L for the first portion. And the second portion, if I consider the second portion, the load on the second portion is 320 kilonewton. So the net load, here the net load amount. We should not take the P2 directly. We need to find the net load on the portion B. on the face of the second cross section. Therefore, the net load will be 320 kilonewton. We have found it in the previous slide. Therefore, and what is the length of the second portion? What is the length of the second portion? That is L2. If you see here, the L2 is 60 centimeter. But I need to convert in MMs because all your units are in MMs. Therefore, I need to convert this in MMs. Therefore, 600 mm. It will be 600 mm. Therefore, I am substituting 600 mm. I am substituting 600 mm. And the load as 320 into kilonewtons. It is the kilonewtons. Therefore, into 10 to the power of 3. And I need the area of the second portion. Area of the second portion. So, if you see here, he had given as 2500 mm square. 2500 mm square. So here mm square represents it is the area. Therefore, directly I can take this as 2500 mm square. And next I need Young's modulus of that component. So the second portion Young's modulus. It is also same material. It is made up of same material. Therefore, I need to consider same Young's modulus 2.1 into 10 to the power 5. Therefore, substituting all values in the equation, I will get the delta L. I will get the delta L for the second portion in MMs. But if you see the nature of the load, it is a compressive in nature. Its length will be decreased due to the external load. The length will be decreased due to this external load. The length will be decreased due to this external load. Therefore, here a negative sign will be coming here. So the negative sign, the negative answer will be, we need to consider. If I consider this compressive load, if I consider the compressive load, I need to consider as a negative elongation. Negative elongation. And next, in this manner, we need to find out the elongation in this second portion. And a third portion, if I consider the third portion, the same formula need to consider. And the load in the third portion is 130 kilonewton. Therefore, 130 into 10 to the power of 3. And the length of the third portion is 90 centimeter. Therefore, I need to convert this in MMs. 900 mm length. 900 mm. Therefore, I have substituted it. And I need the cross-sectional area. If you see here, the cross-sectional area is 1250 mm square. Therefore, it is a mm square represents it is the area. Therefore, I can take directly the value 1250. And next in the equation, I need the Young's modulus. The value is 2.1 into 10 to the power of 5. So if you see the nature of the force, it is in tensile. The length of the component will be increased. The length of the component will be increased. Therefore, we will get a positive elongation. So after finding all these three elongations in three different cross sections, in three different portions, we'll call it as the portions. So he needs the total elongation. In the component. Therefore, the total elongation is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 or minus, it may be taking as a minus or plus, or next delta L3, whether we need to add it or subtract it according to the nature of the load. So if you see that first one is a tensile, so I need to take as positive. Second one is a compressive, I need to take as a negative, and the third one is again a tensile, therefore I need to take as a positive. So I need the total elongation of that component. So please do the problem with a calculator and make the answer. I need the total answer. I need this answer. I need the answer of the delta L total.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Cheppamma.
Sir, Chandraraw, sir.
Cheppandi.
Sir, number 357, Krishna Sai. 357, Krishna Sai. Hello? 357. Krishna Sai, please remember name. And only log in with your register number.
Elongation. The total elongation in the component is 0.4914. So only 5 people answered correctly. Only 5 people answered correctly. So the elongation, the first portion is 0.4114 mm. It is a positive value. And the second portion in between B and C, the value is 0.3657 mm. It is a negative value. And in the third portion is 4457. It is a positive value. So the net elongation or the total change of length, the answer is 0.4914. So only 5% answered correctly. So with the 49 members, only 5% answered correctly. So we will go for the next problem. We will go for the next problem. So here, please read the problem. A tensile load of 40 kilonewton is acting on a rod whose diameter is 40 mm and of length 4 meters. So this is the rod amount. This is a rod whose diameter is 40 mm. And the load acting on this rod is again 40 kilonewton. Next, this is the first case. And next, a bore of diameter 20 mm is made centrally on the rod. Bore is nothing but making a hole. Whose diameter of the hole is 20 mm. In the same rod, we are making a hole we are making a hole of 20 mm at centrally. To what length of the rod should be bored? So I need to find out the x. ఎంత డెప్త్ హోల్ చేయాలి అనేది మనకు కావాలి. The total elongation of the rod is increased by 30%. So after making a hole, after making a bore, the elongation is increased by 30%. The elongation is increased by 30%. So find the depth of the hole we have made. Find the depth of the hole we have made. So this is the problem they had given. So first of all, we are considering a solid rod and we need to find out the elongation in the solid due to this external load. What is the elongation of the solid due to the external load? So to find the elongation of the solid, in the solid, therefore we can use the formula. Delta L is equal to F into L by E into A. So F value is known value. F value had given as 40 kilonewton. F value had given as 40 kilonewton. And next, area we need to find out because he had given the diameter. He had given the diameter in mm. Therefore, the area will be in mm square. And next, length of the rod he had given as 4 meters. So I need to convert this into mm. Four into 10 to the power of 3 mm. And what is the E value he had given? So here E value is 2 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per mm square. So these are the given values. So substituting all the values in the equation, we can find the elongation of the solid body before boring, before making a hole. What is the elongation of the solid body? After finding the elongation of the solid body, the case 1 is completed, Amma. We need to find out the elongation in the solid body. The case 2, here again a hole is digged with a certain depth. The hole is digged in a certain depth. We don't know the length of the hole. Therefore, the cross section here will be up to this region will be a solid. Up to this region will be a solid, and next portion will be a hollow. Means we have a diameter of 20 in between hole as well as outside diameter as 40 mm. 20 and 40 mm. So here we need to substitute the component into 2 portions. We need to substitute the component into two portions. Therefore, first portion is a solid and a second portion will be a hollow. So I need to find out the elongation in the solid part. I need to find out the elongation in the solid part. I need to find out the elongation in the hollow part, and I need to add it. I need the total elongation in the first portion, that is solid here in the case 2. I need to find out the elongation in the second portion, that is the case 2. But he had given a condition that the elongation for this case after making a board, he had given this value, it is increased by 30%.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello,
Chepandamma.
sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Cheppu.
Tell me.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Tell me. What do you want?
Hello, sir.
Hello. He had given that it is increased by 30% before the solid. So solid, I need to find out the solid elongation. I need to find out the solid elongation, that is in the previous solid, total solid body. I need to find out the solid elongation, and I need to multiply the value. I need to multiply the value of the solid with 1.3. to get the total elongation of this case after boring. It is initially 1%, that is one value. It is increased by 30%. He is telling that it is increased by 30%. It is increased by 30%. Therefore, I can multiply the value of the previous solid body, that is delta L, by 1.3 to achieve the total elongation of the component. So here I need to separate it, because here the length of the hollow section is not known. The length of the hollow section is not known, and the length of the solid section is not known. The total length of the solid, the same solid body, I am drilling a hole. The same solid body, I am drilling a hole. Therefore, the length is same, 4 meters. But I don't know the depth of the hole. I don't know the depth of the hole. That means the hollow section depth, that is nothing but length. We'll call as the length here. The length of the hollow section is not known now. We need to find it. And the remaining length of the body will be L minus X. Therefore, here again, in the previous problem, like the previous problem, we need to separate this into two portions. First portion is a solid body, and the second portion is a hollow body. the load is applied. The load is applied similarly for the both portions. The load is applied similarly for the both portions, because he is telling a same load at the ends. Same load at the ends. So if I cut it, I need to consider the 40 kilonewtons at the cutting region on the both sides. Therefore, I can consider this right hand side for the first section, and I can consider the left hand side for the second section. Therefore, now two portions, I need to find out the elongation. The same formula, whatever you have used previously, the elongation delta L, F into L by A into E. The same formula need to apply for the first cross section as well as second cross section. And we need to substitute the L. The L here is unknown values for the first portion as well as second portion. The L values are unknown values for the first portion as well as second portion. Therefore, we need to substitute the unknown values only, that is X in terms of X and L minus X. And we need to substitute all the values in this equation. This value is a known value now. This value is a known value. Therefore, here unknown value is L is also known value, that is 4,000 mm. Here unknown value is only X. Substituting both in my equation, I can find the X. I can find the X. So please write the problem. Please write the problem. And I will conduct a poll tomorrow for the answer. So I need the answer for the tomorrow. I will conduct a poll. I explain each and every procedure for the solving this problem. So problem need to be solved and I need the answer. So write the problem in the notebook and solve it. Or make a screenshot. Make a screenshot such that you can write in the notebook and you can solve it. I need the depth of the hole, that is X value. Again, it will be in meters. Again, it will be in meters. It is nothing but length. Okay, Rama? I am closing this section.